Is a concept that describes the interaction between various axes of discrimination. It deals with race, with gender, with sexuality, with immigrant status, disability. The basic point is that we don't experience discrimination on one level and then another and then another, that many times it's actually an interactive problem. Now that's the reality that intersectionality describes. But the deeper problem is that many of our practices, whether they're advocacy practices or policy practices or even legal protections, don't address the fact that discrimination can be interactive. And that creates another level of discrimination. If the way you experience gender discrimination is through perhaps your race, and the laws or the policies don't allow you to make claims based on the interaction, then you're in a worse position than someone who doesn't have to make a combined or compound claim. So intersectionality both says these are the realities, and this is what needs to be done given those realities to make sure that everyone is equally positioned in advocacy for equality. Well, I have to say, I always jump at an invitation to come to Paris, but especially at this point when so much negativity and unraveling of our basic rights and expectations is happening. So being able to come here and to be in community with other people who are also struggling in their own context to sustain, frankly, the guarantees and the struggles from the last part of the 20th century and the first part of the 21st. It is inspiring. It does let us know that we're not alone. It does help us fight to know that other people are in that fight with us. I think one of the biggest challenge that we have now is that so many of us are isolated from the struggles that are happening, from the commitments that people are making, from the analysis that we have. So, if oppression is global, resistance should be global as well. So I jump at the opportunities to build community with many of my compatriots who are doing this work all over the world. Irony of the situation is that power is intersectional. Donald Trump won the presidency out of his particular intersectional identity as a white, wealthy male. When one looks at all of the reasons why Donald Trump shouldn't have been elected president of the United States, was unqualified to be president of the United States, was someone who had broken the law, one who had broken the trust of the American people, one who had broken the trust of in his own family, one who had done any number of things, any one of which would have defeated the candidacy of any woman, any person of color, almost anyone else you can think about. But yet he was able to be elected into that most powerful office. That is a product of intersectional privilege and power. So we need intersectional analysis to understand how and why we've arrived at this point, how and why there's so much attraction to strongman politics, why the descent into fascism is something we all have to be concerned about, even in the most advanced democracies in the world. So frankly, we really can't fight effectively if we don't see the conflation of power happening. The conflation of resistance also has to happen to meet that intersectional reality that is reshaping politics all around the world.